My people, another gist has arrived. Don't get tired yet, because to be a fan of Sonia and Maurice, you should be ready to listen. Okay, so let's talk about this matching outfits because at this point, it's getting ridiculous. Once is cute, twice is suspicious, but multiple times, come on now. Maurice and Sonia keep showing up in coordinated colors and styles like they're not fooling anybody. Fans are screaming, coincidence, but we all know better. You don't accidentally match someone that many times, unless you're literally planning it together. Either they're sharing closets or they're having those. What are you wearing today? Morning calls. And honestly, the fact that they think we don't notice is almost insulting to our intelligence at this point. Like, do they sit down together and plan these things, or does it just happen naturally now because they're so in sync? Whatever the case is, the matching outfits are becoming their signature move. And honestly, I'm here for it, even though they're being so obvious about it. It's like watching two people try to hide something in plain sight and thinking nobody will catch on. So Maurice finally spoke up and said he hears what the fans are saying and is ready to make things right. But make what right exactly? That's the million-dollar question everyone's asking. Is he talking about finally going public with Sonia? Is he addressing some drama we don't even know about yet? The way he phrased it was so vague, so deliberately unclear. But if you read between the lines and you've been following their situation, it sounds like he's talking about Sonia. What else could making things right mean when fans have been begging him to just claim her already? Maurice, we're listening, but we need clarity, not riddles. The fans have been waiting for so long for some kind of confirmation, some kind of statement that makes sense of everything we've been seeing. And now he drops this cryptic message that only raises more questions than it answers. But maybe that's the point. Maybe he's testing the waters to see how people will react before he makes any major moves. Here's the funniest part of this whole drama. Every single time a hater makes a video trying to drag Maurice or Sonia, they both gain like 10,000 followers. It's hilarious, honestly. These haters think they're doing damage, but they're literally doing free marketing. And you know what's even funnier? Maurice and Sonia are making money from all that engagement. Every view, every comment, every angry share, it's all putting money in their pockets. So really, who is winning here? The haters are working overtime for free, while Maurice and Sonia are laughing all the way to the bank. The devil really is a liar, because the plan backfired spectacularly. It's like the more people try to tear them down, the stronger they become and the more attention they get. At this point, Maurice and Sonia should probably send thank you cards to all the haters, because without them, they wouldn't be trending every single week. The algorithm loves controversy, and these two are benefiting from it in ways the haters never intended. Sonia apparently told a fan that her peace comes from knowing who holds her hand. Now, she didn't say Maurice's name directly, but like, who else would she be talking about? That statement is so loaded with meaning. When a woman talks about peace and someone holding her hand, she's talking about her person, her safe place. Some fans are trying to say it could mean God or family, and sure. But given everything we've been seeing, given the matching outfits and the way they move, I think we all know she's talking about Maurice. It's that indirect way of confirming without actually confirming. Very Sonia coded, honestly. She's always been the type to speak in ways that make you think deeper about what she's really saying. And this statement about peace and knowing who holds her hand, that's not something you say lightly. That's the kind of thing you say when you're secure in a relationship, when you know exactly where you stand with someone and you're content with it. Both Maurice and Sonia have perfected this art of saying everything without saying anything at all. They drop these vague statements that could mean one thing or another. But if you're paying attention, you know exactly what they're hinting at. It's like they're speaking in code to the fans who really get it. Maurice talks about making things right. Sonia talks about who holds her hand. As these aren't random statements, they're breadcrumbs. And honestly, It's genius because they get to control the narrative without fully exposing themselves. But for those of us who've been watching closely, we can read between every single line. They've mastered the art of indirect communication, and it keeps everyone guessing, while also giving just enough information to keep the conversation going. It's a delicate balance, really, knowing how much to review and how much to keep private. And so far, they've been walking that line perfectly, giving fans just enough to stay invested without giving away the full story. Now here's where things get really interesting. Word on the street is that their upcoming movie this year is supposed to be based on their real-life story. Can you imagine? If this is true, we're about to get all the answers we've been searching for. But here's what I'm thinking. Hefon fans who claim to know Maurice and Sonia's story probably don't know the real story. We've all been speculating and piecing things together from social media. But what actually happened behind closed doors? What struggles did they face? That's what this movie might reveal. And honestly, I'm not ready, but I'm also completely ready. The idea that they would put their real life story on screen is bold, it's brave, and is exactly the kind of move that would answer every question fans have been asking for months now. If this movie really happens, and it's truly based on their story, then we're about to see everything from their perspective, not from what we think we know or what we've assumed from the outside looking in. Let's be real for a second. A lot of fans think they know everything about Maurice and Sonia's relationship. But do they really? We see what they allow us to see. We know what they choose to share. But the full story, the real ups and downs, the private moments, the actual timeline of events, most of us are just guessing based on clues and assumptions. So when people say they know what's going on, I have to laugh a little because even the most dedicated fans are working with incomplete information. The truth is probably way more complex and interesting than anything we've imagined. There are probably layers to their story that we haven't even begun to understand yet. Moments that happened behind the scenes that would completely change how we view everything. And until they decide to share the complete truth, all we can do is speculate and piece together what we see publicly. But that's the thing about only seeing part of the picture. You never really know what you're missing until the full story is revealed. What Maurice and Sonia are doing on social media is actually brilliant from a strategic standpoint. They're keeping people engaged without confirming or denying anything definitively. Every post, every outfit, every vague statement, it's all calculated to keep the conversation going. And it works because here we are, analyzing everything they did. They've turned their personal lives into content without actually exposing their personal lives. That takes skill. That takes understanding your audience and knowing exactly how much to give and how much to hold back. Whether it's intentional or just their natural way of moving, it's effective. They're building anticipation, keeping people curious, and maintaining relevance without ever fully revealing their cards. It's a masterclass in social media management, honestly, and whether they are doing it consciously or it's just happening naturally, the result is the same. Everyone is watching, everyone is talking, and everyone is invested in what happens next with them. Sonia's fans are literally throwing parties over the supposed gob-breed in Maurice and Sonia's relationship status. Whatever happened recently has them convinced that things have moved to the next level. Maybe it's the increased matching outfits, maybe it's the bolder social media moves, or maybe there's tea we haven't even gotten yet. But the fan base is celebrating like their own relationship just got upgraded. And honestly, that's the power these two have. People are invested in their happiness like it's their own. That's not something every celebrity couple can claim. The fans aren't just watching. They are emotionally. They are rooting for Maurice and Sonia, like their family members or close friends. And that kind of connection is rare. It speaks to how authentic Maurice and Sonia come across, even with all the mystery and vagueness. People believe in them, they want to see them win, and they're celebrating every small victory along the way as if it's their own personal triumph. We're all just waiting for that official confirmation, that public declaration, that moment when Maurice and Sonia stop being vague and just say what everyone already knows. But maybe the waiting is part of the appeal. Maybe the mystery is what keeps everyone hooked. Still, there's only so long you can dance around the truth before you have to face it head on. With this movie coming out and Maurice talking about making things right, it feels like we're approaching that moment. The question is, are Maurice and Sonia ready for what happens when the truth finally comes out? Because once it does, there's no going back. Once they make things official and public, the dynamic changes completely. The speculation ends, the mystery disappears, and they'll have to navigate their relationship in the full spotlight without any of the ambiguity that's protected them until now. So the real question becomes, is the reveal going to happen soon? Or are they going to keep us guessing a little while longer? So guys, that's that for now. Have a blessed day, and please don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Bye.